All right, good evening, YouTube. We are back with part 4 of study of the tarot, and we are going to get started here with the major arcana. Remember, the word arcana means secrets. Okay, so here we have understanding the major arcana. The major arcana, meaning great or big secrets, represents the fundamental energies of life. The cards symbolize our most basic issues, our inner world, and underlying motivations. These are the 22 qualities or archetypes that permeate all mankind, and they draw out deep and complex reactions in us all. Think about whether you are spooked by death, allured by the lovers, indifferent to temperance, angered by the devil. We all carry these archetypes within us. If you can avoid projecting negative or positive values onto the cards, their rich symbolism will provide you with greater self knowledge as well as guidance on how to take responsibility for your own destiny. These cards represent you. Here we are once again about the self. Okay. Remember, no negative or positive values on the cards. The cards just are. Okay. In term and their meaning. All right. Checklist. There are 22 cards in the major arcana. The 22 major arcana represent deep archetypal influences and qualities at work in both the individual and the society at large. But the cards also express unconscious and conscious psychological aspects of yourself. For each card within this chapter, you will find the following information. Each card has a name. Some are simply ideas or themes, such as temperance, judgment, and strength, while others are individuals who personify a particular quality, such as the Hierophant or the Magician. The moon, sun, and star represent deeper, more esoteric, unconscious forces. Each card has a number known as the Arcanum. The major arcana are numbered 1 through 21, plus the Fool, who has no number, but is sometimes referred to as 0. Each of the major arcana interpretations is accompanied by astrological and numerical correspondences. Each card has key words and phrases to help you identify the main theme or field of the card. These brief phrases describe how the energy of the card is manifest. For example, the Fool's key words suggest, quote unquote, going on a personal quest or impulsively heading off into the unknown. Each card has a main interpretation, which describes the card in detail and gives more information about possible interpretations when placed in various key positions in spreads. All right, see pages 254 through 347 for examples of spreads. That's way back here in the book. Key positions in spreads. You have the you now position, which describes the current situation. The future outcome position, which describes the future situation. Recent past position, which describes recent influences on the issue, and blockage position, which describes the current obstacle. All right. Okay, the first card that we have here, as noted, is the Fool card. Now, these are my very first deck that I'm going to be showing you here of the my cards. Okay, my Rider-Waite here. Okay. Got stuff on them. It's an old card. I mean, it's not super old. I don't know, 2019. Okay, 4 years old. Okay, here we have the Fool card. All right. Keywords for the Fool: impulse, infatuation, blind to the truth, childlike, pure, and uncorrupt. Key phrases: the eternal optimist, ready to leap into anything, taking each adventure as it comes. Spontaneous and carefree, going on a personal quest, impulsively setting off into the unknown. Interpretation. Now remember when we talked about interpretation, okay, I think that might have been in part, I don't remember, part 2 or 3, right? This is like the traditional interpretation that I'm going to read. All right, but you can, as stated already from the book, you can use your intuition, okay, when you read these cards as well. It doesn't have to be this, okay, but these are the traditional interpretations of the card. Or you can combine it, okay. Interpretation: the Fool usually implies new beginnings and childlike enthusiasm for life. This card represents the part of yourself that comes to life when you need adventure, fall in love, or are looking for quick answers. the inner child or crazy fool who acts without thinking, unafraid of the unknown, and ready to leap at the deep end. The fool always signifies the unpredictable, that life is full of surprises and that anything goes. It can indicate that it is time to let go of worries and self-doubt, to take a leap of faith rather than fear making a choice. In a relationship issue, watch out for falling in love with love and not looking where a relationship is heading. This card can also imply you have an immature attitude towards relationships or your professional abilities. Perhaps you are avoiding responsibility. Of course, it's going to, whatever, it's going to depend on the question that you ask, okay, or that the querent asks before, the spread is laid out. The fool can mean that you won't listen to anyone's advice and that you are being careless with promises and feelings. You may be blind to future heartaches or rush into a new venture too soon without thinking things through. The main feeling behind this card is a warning to look before you leap. I mean, everything that we see that she's saying here, you can see this in the card, okay? But if you are confused about making a decision, the fool implies that it's time to believe in yourself and trust your heart. Sometimes resistance is more foolish than risk. If the fool appears in a future outcome position, then it can signal a new beginning or change of direction. Perhaps an irresponsible, wild, uninhibited lover, friend, or stranger will become important in your life. In any question concerned with sexual intimacy, the fool represents erotic vitality, joie de vivre, I don't know how to pronounce it, but also a reluctance to make any commitments. All right. Like I said, I listened one time to a reader on here, Ramblin' Mike, when he did his study of the tarot. And these were the title, he gave titles. And the title that he had for this was The Infinite Possibilities of Chaos. So I'm going to read those titles. And I attribute that to him. Okay, I believe he got it out of a book. I'm not sure, but that was from him. So when it's what I have written up here, okay, is when I was listening to his study a few years back. That's what I wrote, The Infinite Possibilities of Chaos. Okay, the Arcanum is 0, and the Zodiac Affinity is Uranus. All right. I have not, when it comes down to the Zodiac Affinity, the planets and whatnot that coincide with each card, I have not personally delved off into that aspect of the tarot at this time. All right. Like I said, it's time and study, practice, just like with anything. All right. So for me, and I don't know astrology, I don't know anything about it. Okay, the houses and all of that kind of stuff. All right. I know my sun sign, my moon, and my rising in Western or tropical astrology as well as Vedic, but I that's not my area. That's not my lane. So I don't even pretend to go off into it. All right, I'm going to turn that over. The next card we have, which is 1, listed as 1 here, is the Magician. Okay. Arcanum 1, Zodiac Affinity is Mercury. All right. The key words: initiative, persuasion, conscious awareness, action. Key phrases: ability to manifest, realizing your potential. Knowledge is the key to success, but don't deceive yourself that you know all the answers. Focusing on a goal. Interpretation: the Magician is the archetypal achiever. He taps into all the universal forces to get the results. We see here the universal forces. You got the swords for that mind, mental space, the wands for the passion, the fire, the pentacles here, the earthly things, okay, the cups, okay, emotions, okay. We see the infinity symbol here above his head. All right. So he taps into all of those forces to get results. The Magician symbolized the bridging effect between the inner and outer you, how your conscious desires filter to your conscious and make things happen. When you draw this card, it is important to be flexible, to communicate, to listen to your inner voice. You might also have to guide a friend or partner toward making the right choice for them. Persuasion is your ally, so set the pace and inspire others with your ideas. This is a go out and get it card. the manifesting, okay, which is more than just sitting there. Of course, you know, however you choose to do it in terms of maybe meditation, so on and so forth, but at the same time, you still have to take action in order for it to happen. The magician also represents your ability to make choices and to confidently work with your skills and knowledge as long as you don't think you have the answer to everything. This is a highly creative card in relationship issue layouts and can signify masculine sexual energy. In business matters, it can indicate that you are the ultimate high achiever, have a knack for producing seemingly magical results, or for turning a situation around that others couldn't see how to resolve. If this card appears in a you now position, okay, depending on your spread, then it is timely to adapt to changing circumstances, juggle with ideas, and find the right way to move forward. As a future card, it reveals that you will soon have to prove you can communicate effectively. In the blockage position, this card often indicates that you are so focused on yourself that you are ignoring your deeper needs and values. Perhaps you need to acknowledge your true intentions or practice what you preach. Real quick, because I don't want to take away from this, I'm going to show you some of those positions, okay? For example, this spread right here is the traditional Celtic cross spread, okay? This is a spread that when I used to go to readers, that I would see them use, okay? And here it tells you, what each position is. So we talked about the you now for the magician card, okay? The one card, the card first laid out is the you now. This two here is the blockage position, all right? And again, where these cards fall in terms of the you now position, blockage position, future position, depends on the spread that you use. And again, you can create your own spread, all right, in which to do so. So I read something, it might have been on the internet. Yeah, it wasn't a book, where some people here, we talk about the blockage position. I showed you where it is in the Celtic cross just now. For some, that blockage position, they look at if it comes out in reverse as a blockage position, all right? We already went over reversals, I believe, in the second part 2 or part 3, okay, of the study series here, okay? Here, the instigation of transformation, all right? And the zodiac affinity, I think I said it, is Mercury. Okay, here we are. The High Priestess. The High Priestess. Arcana number 2. All right. Zodiac affinity is the moon. Okay, and we see the moon here. Okay. Keywords: secrets, hidden feelings, intuition, the healer, feminine power, silent potential, the unconscious, hidden motivation, mysterious influences, developing talents. Key phrases: a secret needs to be revealed, trust in your intuition, seeing beyond what is obvious, remembering something of significance. Interpretation: the High Priestess is the archetypal symbol of all that is unknown. She is all-seeing, but gives nothing away and guards the secrets of the unconscious. She represents the interface between the apparent real world and all other realms. When you draw this card, it is timely to look behind the veil of life's illusion, to look beyond that which is obvious or plain fact, and to accept that there is mystery in life too. In the you now position, the High Priestess indicates that you need to unlock your memory box, develop your hidden potential, or listen to your intuition to guide you. This card represents feminine power, but unlike the Empress, which is next, who represents worldliness, the Priestess symbolizes the esoteric unknown factor, the feminine instinct that has mystified mankind for thousands of years, the mystery of the woman, okay? The secret, the hidden, like the moon, the feminine coincides with the moon, and of course, a woman's menstrual cycle coincides with the cycles of the moon, okay? There, we know the calendar there've been a few calendars, okay? And now we got this 12-month calendar, okay? But we know that there are 13 cycles of the moon. For some women who pay attention to their cycle, their menstrual cycle, they will find, okay, they use the calendar method. Okay, they will find that they actually have 13 cycles in a year as opposed to 12. Those who will have it regularly. Okay, I know that some women do not. Okay, count it, see, and pay attention. Okay, in the blockage position, this card reveals that you fear finding out how you really feel about someone, but that it is also time to develop your awareness and use your intuition about what you really want and where you are going. There are many secrets in your heart, and if you look within, you'll find the truth. Maybe you are finding it hard to communicate your feelings to someone. As an outcome card, and I'm going to show you where that is in the Celtic cross spread, okay? The outcome card is the last one that's drawn here. 10, outcome. It's the last one that's drawn, okay? The outcome of a situation that is being looked into. You will soon be enlightened about a problem or a secret will be revealed. As a past card, would you find that in the Celtic cross as well? Okay, let me see. Past influence here. Okay, number 5. This is the past influence. Okay, and that particular spread once again. Think back to what someone said to you a few days ago. It could be revealing or lead you to the answer you have been seeking. A remembered conversation will bring you success. Okay, here, silence gestating mystery. The Empress card. Number 3, Arcanum 3, the Empress card. Zodiac affinity, Venus. All right. Keywords: action, development, feminine vitality, sensual pleasure, abundance, compassion, creativity, nurturing, feeling good about life. Key phrases: focusing on beauty and art, in harmony with the natural world, being extravagant, luxurious living, sensual awareness. Interpretation: the Empress represents the creative, nurturing aspect of the feminine. Her archetype is one of abundance, fertility, and creativity. This card is concerned with nature, the arts, grace, beauty, and at its worst, greed, possessiveness, and overindulgence. When you draw this card in a you now position, it can indicate your nurturing instinct is powerful, and you need to concentrate on creating harmony in your relationships. Alternatively, perhaps you need to nurture your own heart or get in touch with your sexual needs. This card can indicate you are in the process of mothering someone or about to become a mother, but it can also suggest a mother figure is going to be an important influence in your life. If you draw this card in a future outcome position, you can be assured of progress in any plan, however daunting it may seem. If you have asked a question about relationships, the Empress indicates you might have to motivate your partner or mother them. It can also suggest that there is a disruptive female influence in your life, especially if in the blockage position. This could be someone at work or your mother. Material wealth or property will be important to you in a future position, but it is also time to be creative with your life rather than assume things will just fall into your lap. The Empress reveals that you must be aware of your instinctive nature as well as the rational. Venus incarnate in the sensual earth. Okay, next we have the Emperor, Arcanum 4, Zodiac affinity, Aries. Keywords: power, authority, father figure, leadership, the power of reason. Key phrases: insensitivity to others, to their feelings and passions, assertive dogmatic thinking, orderly chaos, establishing laws or family values, taking control of a situation, structured thought, sticking to the rules. Interpretation: this card represents the masculine principle, the archetype of authority, fatherhood, and leadership. When your inner emperor is activated, you are ambitious and can manage your affairs efficiently. When you draw this card in a you now position, you have authority and know what you want. But maybe you are too forceful and stubborn, always wanting everything your own way. In a question concerning partnership, it signifies that you have the will and the need to take control of the relationship. But it's time to keep personal feelings out of the firing line and base your decisions on pure fact. As a blockage card, the Emperor reveals that someone in authority is preventing you from moving on, or that a lover or father figure won't listen to what you have to say. If you are asking a love-related question and this appears as a future card, the Emperor means you will be attracted to a strong, dominating person or a successful career go-getter. Power trippers and cold-hearted lovers are also signified. They may be reliable in bed or around the office, but you'll never know their true motives. If you are trying to find out about a vocational issue, this card suggests that through self-discipline and determination, you will achieve your ambitions or goals. The Emperor reminds you that structure, organization, and the rule book will get you the best results. Aries, seated in his power. 5. The Hierophant. Arcana 5. Zodiac affinity, Taurus. Keywords: conforming, holding back, respect, teaching, traditional rules and ceremony. Key phrases: fitting in with the status quo, accepting discipline, peer pressure, studying higher values, sharing a belief system, knowing how to act appropriately, discrimination from knowledge. Interpretation. The archetype of the Hierophant represents knowledge and education in its most accepted form. When you draw this card, it indicates that traditional values are appropriate for any action, but also that your inner spiritual soul needs expression. If you are asking a relationship question, the Hierophant signifies that someone is acting in a conventional way, or that you may seek out the guidance of someone who acts as a guru or mediator. It can also indicate that you must conform to certain rules if you are to move ahead with your plans. If the Hierophant is drawn in a you now position, you may be stuck in your ways and are unwilling to adapt to others. Clinging to the past means that you can't move on and accept the necessary changes that will improve your life. In the future position, the Hierophant often represents a specific person you will meet, a guru, spiritual advisor, or a teacher who has good advice and should be trusted. It also signifies meeting with someone you feel you've known before and with whom you have an immediate rapport. The most important lesson the Hierophant teaches is that however much you may trust or stick to your own beliefs, there are others who have their own too. You may be battling against restrictions imposed by others, or perhaps circumstances or an orthodox group of people is limiting the free spirit, independent side of your nature. The Lovers. Arcanum 6. Zodiac affinity, Gemini. Keywords: love, completeness, choice, temptation, commitment. Key phrases: the power of love and how we deal with it. What do you mean by the word love? Seeking wholeness, being true to your values, sexual harmony, made in heaven relationship, romantic desire, feeling drawn to another, making a choice, knowing what is wrong, what is right and wrong for you personally, wanting union. Interpretation. The Lovers is a card everyone wants to draw, but it is far more complex than just signifying new love in your life or harmony and happiness. The image reveals that we are all separate individuals, however close we feel to someone sexually or emotionally, and we must acknowledge each other's personal values or needs. If you draw this card in the you now position, your heart rules your head, or you want to be in love and escape the doubts, fears, and inhibitions of the world around you. If you draw this card as a future card, new romance could come into your life without you even looking for it. This card also implies that it is time to make a relationship choice. Do you commit? Will your partner commit? Do you go your own ways? Conflicts can be resolved if this card is in the future position, but can also indicate that temptation will test the strength of a current relationship. Love triangles are also signified if this card appears in a future position. You may have to choose between two people, or may even be tempted to get involved with someone who is already in a long-term relationship. The Lover's archetype also asks you to think about what you personally mean by love and to take responsibility for your choices. We all use the word love very glibly, but love is different things to different people. You may want unconditional love, whereas someone else may want conditional love, approval, or be seeking to manipulate others to feel loved. This card asks you to be more aware of who you are and what values you place on love relationships. Oh, I forgot. Yearning for reunion. The Chariot, Arcana 7, Zodiac Affinity, Cancer. Keywords: diligence, willpower, honesty, perseverance. Key phrases: control over feelings and thoughts, being pulled in two directions, learning to stick to the right path, sexual prowess, being successful, determination to win at all costs, wanting victory, high adventure and taking risks, being in the driving seat, mental and physical journeys. Interpretation. The Chariot reveals that strong motivation and self-will are the key to progress, particularly if it is placed in the you now position. This card is all about confidence, healthy ego, and self-belief. Either you will have the self-assurance and spirit to get what you want, or you will meet someone who represents this archetypal force in your life. They may not be particularly likable, but they get results. They mean business. Alternatively, the Chariot can signify that there may be conflicting influences in your life. You have now reached a point where you can stand up for your own beliefs and make decisions based on what you want rather than what other people assume is right for you. You will achieve success in any enterprise and overcome all obstacles in your way. As a future card, timing and control are essential to get what you want, so don't let the reins slip through your fingers. Stay on top. Maybe your relationship needs reevaluating. Whatever your mission, only you can make it work. It is time to crack the whip. The Chariot can also mean that self-control or an outside controlling force will help you achieve your goals. There is also a need to be competitive when you draw this card in the future outcome position. It is up to you to take control of your life and beat any rivals in your camp. You can master your emotions, concentrate your energy, and get your own way. So trust in your own integrity and you will progress. In the blockage position, the Chariot implies that you are too controlling or that you are being hampered by someone who only thinks of themselves and won't let you take hold of the reins. The soul extended in action. Strength, Arcana 8, Zodiac Affinity, Leo. Keywords: strength, courage, self-awareness, compassion. Key phrases: facing reality, taking control of your life, learning to take responsibility for your actions, ability to forgive imperfection, being tolerant of others' faults, inner strength, awareness of your instinctive responses. Interpretation. Strength and the courage of your convictions are needed in the you now position. Be prepared to face any threat with determination. It is time to force the issue to achieve results. However, it is not so much a physical strength. However, I'm eating, y'all, in between. I keep pausing it and eating because I'm hungry. All right, so you know how it is when you're eating. All right. However, it is not so much physical strength that is required here, but mental and emotional strength expressed through compassion rather than the self-willed, look at me energy of the Chariot. When you draw this card, you must also be prepared to forgive and forget, or to accept someone needs more space or that you can't always have your cake and eat it. It's timely to take a calm approach toward others' anger or your own. Are you feeling frustrated? Do you feel out of control of a situation and therefore also feel vulnerable yourself? If you are asking a question concerning love or romance, think about whether you are giving too much of yourself or not getting anything back from a partner. If in a future position, self-awareness and tolerance of others' faults will bring you success, you will soon have the inner strength and stamina to get through any prickly hedges. If other people are driving you mad, don't forget that it is your compassion, your ability to see both sides of the argument, which will get you results. Gentle guidance may be needed to resolve a love problem, but most of all, understanding your own underlying motives and emotional responses will get you through any current difficulties. The Maiden and the Beast. Okay, I'm going to do one more after this. The Hermit, Arcana 9, Zodiac Affinity, Virgo. Keywords: discrimination, discretion, detachment, withdrawal. Key phrases: search for inner wisdom. Knowledge is a burden. Fear of revealing a secret. Needing the truth at all costs. Wanting to be alone. Self-searching questions. Looking for direction or guidance. Withdrawal from a relationship. Interpretation. The Hermit represents the most secretive part of ourselves. When you draw the Hermit as a You Now card, it reflects your need to look within for answers, to do some soul searching, or to take a break from the rat race or other people's opinions and formulate your own. This card also signifies that it's time to reflect carefully before you make a choice and avoid rushing ahead with plans that could push others into doing something against their judgment. If you are seeking guidance for a relationship issue, think long and hard before committing yourself to any long-term plans. Take a step backward. Look at the patterns of behavior, emotions, and feelings in any past relationships to give you insight into whether you are taking the right pathway. As a past card, you may have chosen to forget certain things or are refusing to face up to the truth. As a future card, you will have to put your plans on hold until you can discriminate between what is right for you and what isn't. As a blockage card, it's your personal sense of isolation or loneliness that is holding you back. The Hermit also signifies that inner healing may be needed in order to create a more emotionally balanced way of looking at life. Look to your inner guide, whether a spiritual belief, deity, or simply a guardian angel. Whatever you put your trust and faith in will guide you out of any darkness and into the light. The Hermit stands for stillness, for calm, for guidance, and you may need to seek advice from an older friend, family member, or wise mentor, the seat of light in the darkness. And last for tonight, the Wheel of Fortune, Arcana 10, Zodiac Affinity, Jupiter. Keywords: inevitability, luck, timing, turning point, destiny. Key phrases: there is no certainty in life except uncertainty. Each moment is a new beginning. The only constancy is change itself. Synchronicity and coincidence. Seeing patterns and cycles repeating in life. Feeling you are being swept along with the tide. Taking advantage of chance. Opportunity knocks, open the door. Unpredictable events. Interpretation: the Wheel of Fortune is about luck and chance. But we can have good fortune and bad fortune. It is up to you to make choices that will lead to improving your sense of well-being or lifestyle. When you draw this card, the wheel signifies that even though you are part of the greater cycle or universal or collective energies, destiny is about taking responsibility for your actions rather than blaming those actions on fate. If the Wheel of Fortune is a blockage card, you might feel that your life is fated and you have no control over your feelings, experiences, love life, or vocation. But it is that very lack of taking responsibility for who you are that is causing the problem. The wheel says, don't feel the world is against you. Join in the cosmic dance and be a part of the show. Be your own choreographer. When in the You Now position, the Wheel of Fortune signifies that you are ready to start afresh. Turn over a new leaf or get ready for a great adventure. Whatever is happening, a new phase in your life is now beginning, whether you want it or not. Don't fear change. Instead, embrace it and take action for future happiness. The wheel can signify infatuation or a new romance, escaping from a difficult relationship, or improving an existing one. It is time to jump on the bandwagon and take the chances that are coming your way. Unexpected events will give you the motivation to change your life for the better. The riddle of constant change. All right, I am going to stop here. We will finish 11 through, 21. Hopefully next time. Thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you to those who watch my videos. I really appreciate it. And just thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. You all be blessed. Peace.